All right, boys and girls, today we are doing a chapter 5, lesson 1. We are working on rounding decimals. Before we begin any math problems, there's a few notes I want you to put in your journal. So we're going to write notes and I want you to underline it. All right, first we're going to begin by writing a number. All right, I want you to remember that this is the ones, this is the tenths, this is the hundredths, and this is the thousandths. All right, so make sure you have that in there. Then when you're rounding, how we're going to begin is step number 1. All right, step number 1, you are going to find the rounding place, all right, and you're going to underline it. So the place that you're going to round to. So for example, if you were looking at my book and it said 874 hundredths, and it said you're going to round to the nearest ones, all right, that means I'm gonna underline my ones place, okay, because that's what I'm rounding to. It says round to the nearest ones. I'm finding the place and I'm underlining it. So it said round ones and I'm underlining my ones place, all right. Step 2, you're gonna look at the digit behind it. All right, so you're gonna look at the digit behind it. All right, and you're going to look at the digit behind it and circle it. See how I did that? I underlined, then I circled, and then step 3 is finally, boys and girls, we're back to our normal rounding. We're gonna ask ourselves 4 or less, 5 or more. Okay? Remember, if it's 4 or less, let it rest. All right? 5 or more, raise the score. So, if I look, my circled, is it 4 or less? No. Is it 5 or more? Yes. So I'm going to raise the score to make it 9. All right, I'm gonna flip over here and move this for you. All right, so I'm going to give you just a few quick problems here. Number 1 of my example, I have 46 and 73 hundredths. All right, I am rounding to the nearest tenths. So if I find my tenths value, I'm gonna underline it. I'm gonna look at the one behind it and circle it. And then I am going to round to then make that, is it 4 or less? Yes, so I'm gonna let it rest. And you are good.